I have the latest on the Panasonic GH6 specifications. But before I get into the specs, let's do a quick recap of the GH5, just in case you're not familiar with this powerful camera, because the GH5 is still a powerful camera worth buying today. I would even argue that it provides better value today, as it has been significantly discounted since it was launched in 2017. So let's take a quick look. The GH5 is arguably the best at in-body image stabilization. Even when walking fast, the camera is capable of producing smooth, usable footage. It provides 4K 60 internal 8-bit 422 recording. This gives us slow motion in 4K. Internal 10-bit 422 is available in 4K at 24 or 30 frames a second. That's still a big deal even now. Canon's flagship DSLR, the 1DX Mark III, is only now adding that into their $6,500 camera. We also get high bit rates of 400 megabits, and yes, there are some issues. We do get more noise when recording in 10-bit due to all the extra processing going on. Slow motion in 1080 is possible all the way from 2 to 180 frames per second. Think about that for a minute. 2 to 180 frames per second. The GH5 performs really well in low light, partially due to providing full sensor readout. Dynamic range is really good, and so is color. We get vector scopes and waveforms on screen while recording, so we can visually see our exposure and color information. The GH5 is perfect for YouTube and event use, cases where one is going to be pulling focus manually. Now, I'm only covering the highlights in this video, and I know I'm missing an awful lot, but this is just a recap to set up the GH6. Watch this video by DP Review for an in-depth look at the GH5. So with the GH5 being so wonderful, what does that leave for the GH6? Well, let's take a look. The GH6 is going to have 8K 8-bit at 24, 25, and 30 frames per second. That's what the rumors are indicating right now. I myself personally am a little bit reserved on this. I do believe that we're going to get 6K. I do believe we're going to get 6K at a standard aspect ratio and not in a 3:2 aspect ratio. We will get 4K 10-bit 422 in all resolutions up to 60 frames per second. On the GH5, we were limited to 24 and 30 frames a second. Once you went up to 60 frames per second, it was 8-bit. The depth from defocus, contrast detect, autofocus system, yes, that is a lot of words, it's going to be pretty much copied over from the S1H. It will be tweaked a little bit. Now, this is the only problem I have with the Panasonic GH series, or Panasonic in general. Panasonic produces amazing cameras. They're constantly updating firmware, and with that firmware, you're not just getting bug fixes, but you're getting enhancements. Panasonic produces incredible capabilities in their cameras for an incredible price, but they are just absolutely, I don't know why. It's like their head's stuck in the sand. They believe that they can make depth from defocus work. They don't like the banding and other artifacts you get when shooting with a phase detect type autofocus system. But these issues are normally only occur if you're shooting in a dark situation and you're really pushing those shadows and highlights. For most ordinary filmmakers, or most filmmakers in general, that's not an issue. I really wish Panasonic would move to a phase detect autofocus system. And I know some of you are thinking, yes, we're going to get that in the GH6. But with the S1H being released just, what, a couple of months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, wouldn't you expect it to be in that camera, arguably their flagship video camera in a DSLR body? I'd find it very hard-pressed to believe that we're going to get a phase detect autofocus system. But if they were to do that, this camera would fly off the shelves. It would take market share from Canon, from Fuji, from Sony. It would be truly amazing. We still get dual UHS 2 card slots, so none of that CF Express stuff. IBIS is a little bit improved. It's going to have the same price as similar price as the GH5 and GH5S, and it's going to have dual native ISO. The GH6 announcement is going to happen at any time, although we expect it to happen in February, and the GH6 will be available for sale the following month in March. So I think that the GH6 is mostly going to be a minor upgrade to most people. What you want to do is you want to look at all the capabilities, all the outcomes you want out of a camera, and compare the GH5 to what the GH6 is actually going to have. If you're shooting 4K, then yes, having 8K or 6K is very beneficial because it allows you to punch in and create multiple camera angles and such. But the detail that you get in 1080p and 4K is truly amazing. This camera is going to sell very, very well, but I don't think it's going to be the revolution that many fans are expecting. If you guys have any questions at all regarding this video, drop it in the comments section down below. As you can see from my other videos, I do a very good job of responding. My aim is to respond to your questions and comments within 24 hours. If you would like to get notifications of new videos as they come out, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Then click on that bell icon and choose all, and you'll be notified of new videos as they come out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.